everyone. It's the first Dark Match of the month of August, and tonight we're going to be talking about TNA Impact of the week. I'm Christopher Says, as always, your Dark Match's Mastodon of the Monotone.
I'm your token chick duo's Angel.
I'm your foxy friend Backlash, and No Leaf thinks he's punishing me by making me go third.
And I am Jingus, and I am here with our usual Impact staple. What is Ultimate Warrior tweeting now? And I will warn you, this makes no more sense to you than it does to me. Who would have thought it? I did! I did! You want it? You fucking take it! ABW!
What?
I have no fucking idea. I'm totally just talking about the anniversary of his WWE debut, but no, that still doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Always believe Warrior, indeed.
Saying that to somebody?
Is that what it means? Okay.
In a response to somebody saying something to him?
I don't know.
Was he calling someone out?
I have no idea.
Maybe it was just one of those things, just a non sequitur. I put him on Twitter. Just random shit for no reason. Except he always does it.
Dude,
with every
put it
tweet.
this way. I'm incredibly fucking drunk right now. I still have absolutely no conception of what the hell this man is babbling about.
Well, as I've proved, there's no use trying to put stock into it.
No, you will lose worse than the USA's credit rating.
And there's also no use putting thought into what the hell's going on in Impact Wrestling.
Oh yeah, we get our first segment features Bully Ray with the rest of Immortal coming out, and he's having a session where he bitches at Anderson after putting over everyone else.
Man, Immortal's gone downhill in the past few months. It went from like Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff and fucking Jeff Hardy and like people who fucking matter here to these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting really sad.
He calls Gunner a blue chipper.
I have no more words that can display just how pathetic Immortal has become. It was a joke to begin with. Now the joke is not funny anymore.
I'd call Gunner a green chipper.
That's a better way of putting it.
But
there you go.
But and like in the midst of all this, he calls Anderson just an asshole, and Anderson starts to show face tendencies. Like he starts talking about Kurt Angle, says he's quite possibly the best person to ever lace up a pair of these boots, and it's like, come on, man, you've spent so much time turning him heel over the past like 2 or so months. Like how could he turn face after he fucking humiliated Disco Inferno? How?
It's Impact.
I hate Mr. Anderson so much.
Yeah.
I just want them to pick one thing. First, he's a heel. Then they turn him babyface. Then they turn him heel again. Then they hint that he's turning face, but they keep him a heel. And now he's turning babyface again. I don't care which way he goes. Pick one.
I mean, I've just been recently going back and watching the first season of one of my favorite TV shows, The Shield, again. And Mr. Anderson truly reminds me of the wrestling equivalent to Shane Vendrell. If any of you have ever seen that show, you'll find that fucking hilarious. Everybody else will ask what the hell I'm talking about. But for those 10% of you, you'll think it's funny.
Well, we're going to have to move on to things that aren't funny, because Bully Ray asks and he says, I'm going to have to wrestle you for a title shot against Sting, I think.
Or something.
Is that what it was?
How many number one contendership matches do we have going on here? Because there's the entire Bound for Glory deal. And there's this, and there's Sting and Angle, and probably something else I've forgotten about.
But yeah, Anderson starts singing, I believe it's a Meatloaf tune. He's gonna sleep on it, deciding about the match.
If it's not I Would Do Anything for Love, I don't fucking care.
It was. Anyways,
but I won't do that.
Anyways, Fortune comes out because, they still exist. And I think it's worth pointing out that they're no longer spelling it like Fortune.
That's because
there's
Chris
no more
Daniels
U, because
now.
who gives a shit?
Yeah, there's 5 of them.
Yeah, there's 5
And suddenly
Daniels now
7
officially
of
a
them
promo
they
world.
started.
Yeah, there were
Okay.
never 4 of them. This was like, okay, in old NWA Wildside, starting into early NWA Anarchy, there was a tag team called the 3 Guys That Totally Rule. It was Sal Renaro and various other people. And the gimmick was, it was never 3 guys. It was always some other number, which changed from time to time.
Was it ever just Sal Renaro?
No, I wish it would have been. Sadly, no.
I assume it was meant to be a comedy bit.
He should have used that to claim that he was 3 guys.
I just assumed that was supposed to be a comedy bit, though. But from the beginning, this has been billed as Ric Flair's ultimate stable of the top guys in TNA.
Yeah, it's basically the modern day equivalent to the 4 Horsemen. Except without Ric Flair, it's kind of like Evolution was definitely a much better example of that. But
well, it still is the top guys in.
But enough about the WWE, unfortunately. Basically,
yeah, that's tomorrow's show.
The only shot Kazarian really has for them is calling Bully Ray Cyrus, which I don't get. Like,
he's a billionaire. What?
Yeah, and a brawl breaks out because they hate each other.
Yeah, and in the middle of it, by the way, Wait. In the middle of it, foreshadowing, James Storm gets a back injury out of nowhere.
Does he just start clutching his back randomly?
Yeah. He's punching a dude in the corner, and then suddenly he's like, I'm down! Shit!
Which, later on, didn't really do anything.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to the match, but I think this is kind of my theory that Hulk Hogan survives by beating off the youth of the younger talent.
What, is he sucking their youth out of them, a la Hocus Pocus?
I would not be surprised. James Storm's body is prematurely aging.
Yeah, he's kind of having the same problems as Hulk Hogan if it's a back issue.
Terry Bollea is a bisexual incubus.
Terry Bollea is just a different kind of demon that transfers his back problems onto other people, like a zombie.
Yeah, I've seen at least like 3 or 4 different people on Angel who had that gimmick as a demon, I believe.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. They recap the Bound for Glory series, and there's still a 4-way tie for 3rd place. It was actually in 5th place, but whatever.
And this entire thing is just for a title shot?
It's a title shot at Bound for Glory.
It's for a title shot and to make Samoa Joe go on a losing streak.
Yeah.
Which they're payoff for this better be fucking orgasmic, because it's already gotten old.
Well, speaking of orgasmic, we cut from this to Miss Tessmacher's ass.
Yep. She stretches and stretches and stretches and stretches, and Taz does his best Jerry Lawler impression on commentary.
Pretty much.
I mean, that Taz has always had a little bit of a perv in him when he talks about the chicks, but he's gotten a lot worse about that here recently.
Well, he made a catchphrase out of it, so.
Yeah,
tenacity.
I fucking understand.
Well, fucking today I'm talking about tenacity,
Oh.
Because I'm from Brooklyn, from fucking Red Hook.
From the Be Tough.
Goozle Cole, here we go!
But, we move on from there to Tessmacher versus Madison Rayne with Mickie James in the commentary table. And not for nothing, but I didn't really notice any of her input during this match.
You missed nothing. She added nothing of value.
Yeah.
Kelly Kelly is a better guest commentator than Mickie James.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Well, there's not really much to this match.
Air pulls.
It's your standard knockouts match that we've been doing for, I don't know, the past year.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, Tessmacher's pretty much shown that if she's with someone good, then she could actually look confident.
But this was Madison Rayne, so that's not tonight.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I gotta give this match a couple of props. First of all, Madison Rayne's act is actually kind of growing on me. Like, at the beginning, when she was, like, making this motion that they should throw Tara out, she struck this bizarre spread-legged pose and then wheeled her arm around like she was Balls Mahoney setting up for the big punch.
She's like a misplaced anime character.
It was one of those things where did she get this prom queen gimmick from? I don't know, but her and her screeching and everything is actually growing on me. I actually kind of dig it now.
Yeah, she added a sash to her heel ensemble that says Queen Bee on it.
And secondly, this match went all of 2 minutes, but compare this to the WWE Divas matches that go 2 minutes. In those, it's just like a bunch of half-ass spots, and they botch at least 2 of them, and they're all sprinting around as fast as they can.
I think this one's out, in my opinion. Like, both are really unfavorable. Like, I don't think, like, any one could be compared favorably to the other.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I do like this one a little bit better just because they took a little bit of time and honestly let the personalities of both characters, but especially Madison, show through. I mean, they weren't running around to do everything as fast as humanly possible. And it made more of an impact. But it was a 2-minute match, and it ended with a fucking roll-up. We'll get back to that later, trust me.
Yeah, and Mickie James is... I believe Madison Rayne starts beating down on Tessmacher after the match is done. Mickie James comes to make the save, and who but Angelina Love pushes her quite lightly on the ramp, and kind of made redundant because she and Winter just brawl. So
yeah, because I mean, first Angelina attacks, and then Mickey's like, "Fuck you, I'll kick your ass."
Yeah.
And then Winter attacks, and it made Mickie look kind of like an idiot for taking like the long way around from the announce booth to the ring.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about the knockouts. I don't care about the feuding and the bullshit and the roll-ups. Just fuck this match. Oh yeah, we recapped Bound for Glory series again. we should start a counter just for how many times they recapped the fucking series tonight.
Every week, brother.
And then we move on to a Bound for Glory series match, which is AJ Styles versus Devon. Why? Well, goddamn, why not?
Yeah, I can't really say a lot of notable shit in this match. Like, AJ, I don't know whether it was because, like, the way Devon bumped, but, like, in the middle of it, AJ did this really slow and deliberate arm drag into a cross armbar. Like...
Yeah, he didn't have his feet hooked right.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. But
I mean, his legs were still under Devon when Devon took the bump, and he had to kind of, like, yank his feet out and then cross them above his shoulder to complete the armbar correctly.
Okay, yeah, and he does hit like a really nice Pele though. Like
that was a sweet Pele.
Yeah,
and the thing is, Devon, man, both of the Dudley boys can actually kind of fucking wrestle. They can work. They just rarely get the chance to ever show it. And here, Devon, they actually did some running spots where Devon was going back and forth over and over again, which is something you rarely see out of him. But then fucking Pope De Niro comes out and hangs with Devon's kids again. Is the girl his daughter?
Yeah, that's his wife. And
yeah,
really,
because I can't tell if that girl is like 20 or 40. She looks like she could be either.
Well, where this didn't even go anywhere. Like, I don't even think Devon acknowledged Pope coming down to the ring.
He didn't acknowledge him coming down. I do believe that there was a brief moment where he noticed that Pope was there, but it didn't cost him the match, so
what was the point? And then
show that Pope is still hanging around his family, even though Devon keeps telling him not to.
And then we get Christopher Daniels coming out and setting up a chair at ringside and just staring. So apparently he's still feuding with AJ, despite the fact that at the beginning of the show they were fighting side by side.
Well,
I feel like I missed something there because I didn't see last week's Impact.
It's not so much feuding as it's just like kind of furthering their friendly rivalry, like just who's the better man, who's the better athlete, that kind of thing.
Then why is Daniels costing AJ matches? Because
apparently they needed to talk.
Well, again though, kayfabe, AJ did not have to get distracted.
It's true. I mean, this is interference this match didn't need, because we had double interference from two fucking different guys, and it just ended with Devon rolling up AJ for the pin.
Yep.
We're at 2.
We'll have more. Spoiler!
Well, next we get a video package for Sting and Angle, and they keep hyping up the fact that Kurt has never beaten Sting. So what do they show? Matches where Kurt beats Sting!
Oh God, are they really?
Yes!
Oh, this is sad. This is so very sad.
Oh God.
Yeah, we cut to Pope backstage, and I take notes for the show, and what I have written down is question mark match at Hardcore Justice.
Take notes for this shit? Why?
I only take notes when I'm really pissed off.
I mean, Pope is a good promo cutter. I just had no idea what the hell he was saying.
Okay, admittedly, I totally illegally downloaded this shit on the internet and watched it like right the fuck before we started recording this show. But still, notes? I'm sorry, dude.
Notes.
Some stuff is so annoying you have to remember to talk about it.
Oh, speaking of which, we have another Bound for Glory series matchup next. The Pope versus Samoa Joe. Oh, dear God.
With Matt Morgan at commentary now.
Oh, God.
Harvey fired himself.
Oh, Matt.
There's not enough oh, my God in the world to explain this match.
There's nothing, like, the finish is really the stupidest part, but Pope still looks fucking good in the ring, and Matt Morgan had a bucket load of charisma, which, god damn, he's right.
There were several things wrong here.
Yeah, I mean, Pope is kind of like a .08 on the R-Truth scale, but still.
The first thing that needs to be pointed out is Matt Morgan has no charisma at all.
No. I get what they're doing, though. I can only assume that despite the fact that he obviously does not have the charisma for commentating, he's injured, but they don't want him off TV. So this is their way of going, look, he's still here.
Yeah, he's not really that charismatic. He's not really that charismatic, but he's still pretty adept at talking. Like
I tuned him out.
I always thought that he sounded all right.
He's okay. He was better than Mickey was. I'll put it that way.
I think the problem was that he was so soft-spoken that it was so easy to ignore him. It barely registered after a while because he just doesn't have the kind of personality to really push his commentating out, so it's just sort of there as white noise after a while. But that's not exactly his fault. So that would be problem number one. That's problem number one. Problem number 2 is Devon comes out for no reason.
No.
Distract anybody. Just sort of there.
Yeah,
he does nothing.
See, that just makes me laugh because it's like, oh, you trying to throw off my game by schmoozing with my family? I'll schmooze with my family and see how that makes you feel.
Truth never sees him. It has no effect on the match whatsoever.
Truth?
I mean, Excuse me, I'm thinking of,
We're thinking of a much better show.
Yeah.
Hang out with my own family for a change.
And then
I'm thinking of the other guy with dreadlocks who does an egotistical gimmick who's built the exact same way, except he's better than
No,
Pope
but see,
De Niro.
that's the thing, though. Pope isn't doing an egotistical gimmick. He's just doing, like, he's trying to help out Devon. He's trying to be, like, fair towards him, and Devon's just rebuffing him because he's paranoid.
I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that Devon's not paranoid and this is some sort of very tangled plot of the Pope's.
Yeah, no.
But maybe that's too much credit for them to remember the last time we saw him, he was evil.
Yeah.
He was having dog fights, blowing money on strippers. But that was months ago. Nobody remembers that.
Then there's the finish, where Joe gets the Pope in the rear naked choke, and Pope taps. So Joe wins by submission. He's finally got a victory. But then he doesn't release the hold, and the look on Joe's face, I can only describe it as Joe was getting off on this. That's what it looked like.
Devil.
This was the strangest. I mean, he rolled his eyes back in his head like he was doing like the world's worst Undertaker impression. And he was just like,
Yeah, he shouldn't have trembled.
Yeah, he's going for intense. It just looked like surprise butt sex.
Like, I found a hole in the back of your pants.
Jackson James is trying to get him to hold. Joe won't release the hold, so he reverses the decision. Pope wins by DQ. So now, not only is Pope at the bottom of the series, he has negative points. Negative points.
Don't you win points by getting a DQ, though?
No, you lose points. You lose 10 points for every disqualification.
But then shouldn't Pope...
5 points.
Hey, wait. Shouldn't Pope get the points and Joe
Pope
lose
got
the points?
5 points for a DQ win. Joe lost 10 points. He has negative 10.
I think you had a bit of a slip and you said Pope instead of Joe about the whole losing thing.
No, he did. But
neither here nor there.
But the funny thing is, afterwards, Joe cuts a promo immediately afterwards where he, and not just he, but the show in general acts like the referee made a bad call. Like they shouldn't have disqualified him.
No, yeah, TNA's pretty bad at like giving the people who want the top spot or the gold like any real excuse, because they usually like bitch about it and say it's unfair after they either lose clean or in Joe's case have a fair decision against him.
Yeah, I mean he was absolutely right when the referee made this decision.
I know. I mean, Joe had the victory. I mean, I was almost expecting a little boy to run out to ringside going, "Stop! He's already dead."
Please get me my medical records. I had to finish that reference. But, like, Samoa Joe, he reminded me of someone, the way he spoke in this, he kind of reminded me of 90s Taz.
A little bit. Yeah, they've been deliberately booking him like that for a long time, honestly. I mean, they've ever since they started, when he was doing the undefeated X Division gimmick, like 05-06, they were booking him basically the same way Taz was booked back in the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, I will say this about his promo later on. Maybe it's just me, but was anybody else expecting him to say the word conspiracy?
Yeah, that was just...
He's saying this goddamn company's trying to keep me away from the gold. He may as well. Like, R-Truth could have just appeared next to him and said, "Could you mean to say conspiracy?"
Like, to their credit, they aren't doing it exactly the same.
No, see, but people...
No, they're doing it shittier.
People theorize...
Yeah, it looks like the payoff's going to probably be much different, assuming we get payoff.
No, but the thing is, like, he may sound like he's ripping off R-Truth. People theorize that they're going to use him as a vehicle to rip off the whole CM Punk thing. With the problem.
Yeah, there's
gonna what?
They could go.
They're gonna fucking what?
Problem with that is that.
Oh, come on,
no,
Jingus.
wait a minute.
You know
They're gonna fucking what?
Come on, Jingus. You knew they were going to do that eventually.
Yeah,
Like,
motherfucker, goddamn, cunting hell, Jesus, goddamn, motherfucker.
No, I didn't think it actually.
I'm gonna be back in a minute. I'm leaving. I'm going.
Wait, Jingus,
No.
Jingus. Before you leave, I think it's worth pointing out that Joe got that rear naked choke on after reversing a roll up.
God damn it, Backlash.
Yes, I broke Jingus
Why?
because I can.
The camaraderie of this group is so screwed.
Is he coming back?
I think we jumped ahead, so
No.
I'm not even sure where we're supposed to be.
We're at the promo where Beer Money is in their locker room and James Storm has a back injury.
Mm.
And basically, they just say, "Oh, you've got a match against Hernandez next. Oh, it's a street fight. Hell, Bobby, you can take this. Yeah, I got this." Nothing noteworthy, really, I guess.
No, well, it's like I almost feel like Rude's like enabling him to wrestle even though he's injured because nothing's more important than the tag belts. Like, it's.
Here's the first thing that hits me when the match actually started. At first, I didn't even notice that James Storm had gone out there.
Oh no, we did skip over something. Bully Ray has a promo where he's on the phone with Hulk Hogan and Hogan's bitching him out to apologize to Anderson.
Yeah, but that's later. The actual apology anyways. But yeah, this match starts and Mexican America comes out first, and of course it's all four of them. And then, I didn't see James Storm out at first, but he did go out there with Rude. You're going up against heels in a no DQ match. People that are pretty much guaranteed to screw you, although they kind of didn't, which was weird. And your backup is one guy who has a back injury.
I mean, it would have made perfect sense to go up to the rest of Fortune and say, "Hey, these guys are probably going to cheat us. Do you have our backs?"
No, Kazarian was too busy practicing insults and puns in the mirror, and AJ and Daniels were too busy having a stare down, just for the hell of it.
Is Jingus still gone?
Possibly.
Oh shit! I think I killed him.
His
damn it, Backlash. We need him.
Okay, I'm back. I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
Fine.
Oh, thank God.
Roll up.
Backlash!
That wasn't me! That was Chris.
Wait.
That was Chris. Come on.
God damn it, Chris.
But yeah, one notable moment during the match was that was it? I think Rude or Storm had Hernandez in a Fujiwara armbar, and he taps right in front of Jackson James, but that's promptly ignored.
Yeah, he just didn't see it.
No. He looked right at him. He looked right at him as he's tapping.
Pretty.
Yeah, I know. He looked right the fuck at him, and temporary blindness. Not only are referees are narcoleptic, they have tunnel vision, and occasionally just they can't see or hear anything at all.
I'd also like to point out that for a man with a back injury, James Storm was doing a good job at hyping up the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I would assume, slamming your arms up and down like that would, be tweaking the fuck out of it. But no. Apparently what I learned about muscles was completely false. I should sue.
I mean, he could have at least put on like a fucking back brace or something. I have a back brace. I've got 2 back braces. I never used them.
He could borrow one from Hogan.
Or he had not gone out there because he was fucking injured.
Yeah, he could have done that as well, yes.
Well, in a company under the direction of Hogan, like that's not an excuse.
Yeah, good point.
Like Edge, fuck him. He has to still wrestle, even though he can't feel his arm. But
Hogan and charge. I'm surprised he's even allowed to go. My back hurts. I can't get in the ring.
Anyways, they have this street fight, and it's okay. I mean, considering it's Robert Roode versus Hernandez, it's all right.
Jingus, you want to cover the ending?
Fucker, you piece of shit. I'm gonna find you and stab you one of these goddamn days. Yeah, it was, Robert Roode, let's see. There's a complicated bunch of shit with the entirety of Mexican America interfering. And Robert Roode acting like getting hit with a fucking stick in the head by a 130-pound chick doesn't hurt. And then Hernandez gets a fucking roll-up to get the pin! Yes, I know! I sound like Phaelus! I don't care! My precious!
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anywho, yeah, we're gonna go back to that apology we mentioned earlier, where Bully Ray is extending his hand towards Anderson, and this was quite drawn out. When he finally gives him the glad hand, Bully Ray just guts him with a knee.
Yeah, Anderson's basically like, okay, fuck you, but okay. Bully Ray is like, motherfucker! I'm trying to be nice! Here's a knee in the balls, you asshole!
So, that happened.
Production truck.
And they're talking about the empty arena match from February 2009.
Hey, Backlash, I have a question.
Wait, that's later. There's a match first.
Backlash. Did you know that people have told Kurt Angle that that's the best match they've ever seen?
Oh, God.
I guarantee you in the post-show session where I'm showing you guys Bob Backlund matches, there will be something better than what that fucking match was.
Jingus, you could take me out to the ring and put on a better match than what that was.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but still, yeah, it's overrated.
Would be funny, though.
It'd be funny, because it'd be like, okay, I can't do anything but elbows, chops, and elbow drops. You sit there and get the shit beat out of you. Is that alright?
Oh.
Well, Greener Pastures, guys. Austin Aries versus Alex Shelley, Greener Pastures. This was match of the night.
Oh, easily match of the night. This is a great fucking match.
Yeah.
This was really fucking good. This got both guys' personalities across great. This had really fucking good action. This had a variety. It went up and down and up and down. I mean, most X Division matches are so fucking cookie cutter. It's just spot, 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 run, run, run. Get your shit in, bump, 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 the end. This was not that. This was really good. This deserves props. This was really fucking good.
Well, yeah, it was.
Now I feel bad because I watched this at about 4 in, so I couldn't appreciate it.
It's basically like Austin Aries is trying to basically cockwalk, and Alex Shelley he's trying to one up him, like with the idea that like he represents TNA and he represents like good sense and stuff like that. But you still get the idea that Shelley kind of he wants to prove something. And either way, fuck me, he did this fucked up looking figure 4. That looked awesome.
Yeah. It was that, the turnover, and the fucking suicide dive, and the really good dragon screw, and the chop spot, and there was that one spot where they did the long running back and forth between the two corners with the counter. I mean, they just did a lot of really fucking cool shit in this match.
Yeah, it's like Austin Aries tries to go for some kind of a jumping senton in the ring, and Alex Shelley just reverses it with the legs. Very like textbook kind of thing that came out very well.
Yeah.
But and of course the excuse me, the very head of this is that the match doesn't end in a roll-up.
Yes. Thank God.
It was a brain buster.
It was Austin Aries, who, by the way, MVP of the night. This guy's fucking awesome. I mean, I've seen his earlier work in ROH. He was really good then. He's fucking awesome now. I mean, he's just the perfect combination of work rate and attitude. But he grabbed Shelley's jacket when Shelley was down selling, and he put it on like, "Hey, I'm Alex Shelley, derpy derpy derp." Then he took it off to the. Go ahead.
No, it's what I've been saying. That's why I'm really starting to get into liking Austin Aries, because he's got that nice charismatic streak that I really think TNA needs right now.
He is very interesting.
Anyway, he went to hit him with it, and Earl Hebner's like, "No! What the fuck you doing? Knock it off! You can't hit him with that!" While Hebner was getting the vest out of the ring, which had like this big like plastic shoulder pad or something on it, which in theory you could hurt somebody by hitting him with that. While he's doing that,
he was going for the spikes on it.
Yeah. And yeah, he was. You're right. And while he was doing that, like, Austin charges in while Hebner's got his back to him getting rid of the jacket and fucking punts Alex Shelley right in the balls.
Then it's the brainbuster.
Drags him out and hits a beautiful brainbuster. Nobody does a brainbuster anymore. Why does nobody do a brainbuster?
Well, I'd like to see that kind of thing in the WWE, but I don't think they allow moves that basically end in drivers or anything.
Yeah, they anything that's like remotely a head drop, which isn't the tombstone pile driver, they don't let you do, basically. Everything that they do now that's a finish is some kind of slam variation, which ends with you on your back.
Yeah, it's like I'd like to see John Cena do an actual Death Valley driver, but no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Anyways, after the match, Aries grabs a mic and starts bragging like, "Oh, I beat you with a wrestling move." And then Brian Kendrick runs out, still not realizing that shirt and shoes are required in the Impact Zone.
Apparently they're not.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss the Jedi robes.
No, you know what he's doing?
I like the Jedi thing.
Just coming out in jeans and barefoot. They're ripping off John Morrison.
Yeah, he's basically eye candy.
Huh?
I picked up on that really quick. He's really nice to look at.
See, I was joking when I said that.
Whoa, hey,
John Morrison had the decency to come.
This is the non-hetero chick. Wait a minute, saying this about the dude.
I like pretty things.
Okay, I will admit, fucking Kendrick. Wait, which guy were you talking about?
Well, I think of both of them in the same way. They're very nice eye candy. That's about it.
I was talking about Kendrick.
Kendrick, yeah. He was the one who used to be called, in Japan, Leonardo Spanky, because he used to have a great resemblance to DiCaprio.
Still waiting for him to show up with a sword and start killing people claiming that they're lizards from space and he's the defender of the Earth.
Or to have a romance with a painter back in the 19th century and show his dick. Yeah, anybody who wants to see Leonardo DiCaprio full frontal naked, there's a movie called Total Eclipse. Go check it out. Just saying.
Oh, let me get my pen.
Well, before we move on from that, something that got mentioned, apparently there's a bunch of new talent coming into the X Division.
Zema Ion, who lost the contract match, is one of them.
Yeah. I assume it's like the other three guys from that match who didn't get hired.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they just hired everybody.
Please be Jack Evans.
No, and they probably got Low-Key also, and like he could cut a lot of quote unquote work promos about how he's not getting the top spot.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to know is, what do they plan to do with the talent they already have and never use?
They've been future endeavored.
Explosion.
All of them?
Expired Red.
Pretty much all of them.
Oh, I know Amazing Red's gone, but I kind of assumed that the rest of them were still just sort of there.
Yeah, Creative had nothing for Amazing Red.
Well,
I liked him.
He's only like half a Rey Mysterio, you stupid pieces of shit. You dumb sons of bitches. Jesus Christ.
Well, that kills the plan, because at about 4 in the morning, when you're on Twitter with nothing to do, you tend to get responses that such as, ninjas! Ninjas with vans.
Yeah.
Seems like a really good idea at about 4. I thought it was
They
funny.
did try that once before.
Anyways, guess what time it is? It's time for Eric Young.
yay!
And Eric Young, because he is the television champion, he's going to become a television star now. So, we see him driving out to see, I guess it was a talent scout in Hollywood.
An acting coach.
She was like an acting coach.
Acting coach, whatever. All I know is this woman was fucking obnoxious.
She was right.
Right, but god damn, she would not stop shouting.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I've actually watched...
Yeah.
I've actually watched the extended version of this clip. It is pretty damn funny just because of Eric Young.
Eric Young.
There's an extended version?
There's an extended version that goes on for 15 minutes.
It's like you watch Eric Young's segments and you just say to yourself, there's just no way that any of the booking or writing committee wrote this for him. It's awful.
No. Three things noteworthy about this. One, he wouldn't take off the belt when she asked him to. Two, his nipple kept popping up the side of that half shirt he was wearing. And
Yeah.
he wouldn't stop slapping his arms.
Side boob. And once again, in terms of real life toughness, I will remind you that this is the guy who, I can't remember if it was, he had throat surgery where he almost died on Tuesday. I can't remember if it was the next Saturday or the following Saturday, but one of the two, he was at a fucking indie show at a crack house just because he'd made that booking before, and he was honoring it.
And
Well,
And I was there. I witnessed it. He put on a helmet, and he didn't take hardly any bumps, but still, he was there.
well, we also get a coming soon that the match we have been waiting for, the match of the century, Eric Young is going to fight Chachi.
Yeah. On a golf course with golf clubs. I had to be told who the fuck this was afterwards. I had no idea.
Oh.
I was not a big Happy Days fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, didn't watch enough Nick at Night to really get into it.
No, I watched my Nick at Night, but I was more of a Mr. Ed and a Car 54 and a Munsters guy. I never really saw Happy's Day.
Well, we
Happy's Day. Yeah, I'm sober. Anyway.
Yeah, we move on to the Kurt Angle versus Sting empty arena match where JB and Angle are doing commentary, and they're basically explaining the angle, like from a booking standpoint.
Well, there was this, and we did it because of this, and this shit happened, and oh, look at that. That hurt. This is very nearly as bad as the commentary that Ian Rotten did in the original version of the IWA Mid-South 1998 King of the Death match.
Oh, Jesus.
I know that practically nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can only imagine, and it is not
There
good.
were moments such as Ian Rotten commentating his own matches and saying, I remember that. I got a thumbtack in my sack. That hurt.
Yeah, that was no praise act, no go.
Yeah, they did later re-record a new version with Dave Prazak doing the commentary. I would suggest that one if you're going to buy one from Smart Mark Video.
Anyways, after that little bit of pointlessness.
Well, wait. One thing that empty arena match didn't have is it didn't have movie quality camera angles for the finish.
There was a finish?
There was?
I think I missed it, honestly.
I thought it just evolved into a brawl that security had to pull apart.
Really? God, that's even worse than those corn angles that they used for Mankind and The Rock.
No, we watched that match. That was okay.
No, it was a good match. Just Dennett had that as his avatar for a reason.
But sadly, there were no forklifts this time.
Not anymore, no.
Nobody tried to kill him with a forklift.
Thus, we don't get to sing. Moving on.
Bound for Glory series, Gunner and Scott Steiner versus Crimson and Rob Van Dam.
Yay, I guess.
Death Rattle. No, this was actually alright. It didn't suck.
I don't give a shit about Scott Steiner if he doesn't have the mic, and I don't give a shit about Gunner, period. So...
They did okay. I mean, considering that Crimson is still very green, and Gunner is still... Wait, wasn't that guy a security guard?
Yes.
They did alright. They put on a perfectly decent wrestling match.
Yeah, Crimson...
If this was on an indie show... in some fucking, like, a National Guard armory, where you paid, like, $10 to get a second row ticket, you would not feel cheated if this was the main event.
Oh, you mean like the TNA Impact video game?
Exactly.
Go to your local GameStop, get it for $9 used.
9?
Yep.
That's
still too much.
It's on for $6 at Walmart tonight, dude.
Hey, I played that once and... God damn, I missed that $9.
Hell no, I'm not paying for that.
I could have gotten...
You can get coffee for $9.
I love my PlayStation 2 far too much to induce that on it.
Sandwich for that.
Food and a fucking drink. Anyway.
But they had a decent match, even though the first move of the match is Rob Van Dam trying to win it with a roll-up on Scott Steiner.
Oh,
but it eventually ended with RVD pinning. Who the fuck did he pin? Was it?
He pinned Steiner.
He pinned Steiner with the frog splash. And Steiner and Rob Van Dam work a lot better together than I initially would have thought. But I think I've discussed this before, how both of them were essentially in their prime high spot artists, and they actually match together in terms of style better than you would imagine at first thought. Because they really do. I mean, they work fairly well together.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
And Crimson has a hell of a spear. Give him that much.
He does. That much.
Although that really isn't helping him with the Goldberg comparisons.
It's also not helping Jesse Neal, who originally used that as his finish and hasn't been featured within the past few months and is lucky enough to get food stamps pulled up somewhere with Christina Von Eerie. That bastard.
Wait, is he a poor bastard if he's holed up with Christina Von Eerie?
No, he's not a poor bastard. He's just a bastard.
Yeah. He is poor, but he's not a bastard. He's like, I feel bad for that guy's financial problems.
I feel bad for him too, but
damn. He's got the fucking wrestling equivalent to Lisbeth Salander, for Christ's sake.
The wrestling equivalent to Brody Daly.
The wrestling equivalent to the girl with a fucking dragon tattoo right there, for Christ's sake. Anyway, there was this promo afterward. See if I don't remember what the hell they said.
Yeah. They're just setting up another Bound for Glory series match at Hardcore Justice. I still can't believe they're calling it that.
Yeah,
between RVD and Crimson
versus Rob Van Dam, it was just them going, good job and good luck. Don't expect me to go easy on you, blah, blah, blah. And then on to our last segment of the night, which was boring.
Oh my god, I don't have the energy to talk about this fucking promo.
Well, neither do I don't remember it. And it was
dead. It was not
happening.
I'll talk about it. It was basically, a contract signing between Sting and Angle for their match at the next pay-per-view. Angle came out and said, Sting, I really fucking respect you, but I'll win. And Sting is like, Angle, I really fucking respect you, but I'll win.
No, Sting said that that he's like, if there's going to be any guarantee that Dixie Carter is going to take control back of this company, then I need to win. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know what Kurt Angle winning.
That doesn't make any sense. Angle's a face too.
Yeah, and they're both against
He's
Immortal.
just against Immortal.
Yeah, because they're still trying to continue this Sting versus Immortal.
And of course, it's still funny to me because
fuck.
Last year Sting was basically throttling Dixie, saying like he owes her nothing, and that pretty much Immortal, she brought it upon herself. So
fucking fuck.
He's like, oh, okay, I'm through being harsh to you. I want you reinstated as the president.
Fuck.
I can't believe this is honestly how they ended the night.
TNA's been doing that for the past fucking 5 months. Ever since they lost.
It's just so dull.
Ever since they lost that reaction show, they're doing the main event ends at 10:50, and then just backstage segments.
Fuck.
Indeed.
They loved that reaction, didn't they?
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and people say that WWE overloads in storylines.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's like, we just saw SmackDown.
At least WWE storylines don't make me want to slam my head into the wall.
Fuck.
I can deal with WWE storylines.
Fuck.
It's just like basically the storylines in WWE are basically like a placemat maze for a 5-year-old, and the ones from the storylines in TNA are like demon cubes from that new game Shadows of the Damned.
Fuck.
Or that.
I think something broke in Jingus's head.
Fuck.
And his liver.
Fuck!
Not in his head.
So I don't even remember how we end the show anymore.
This particular show, I hate to tell you guys, but this particular show we're gonna have to end by running down the Hardcore Justice card, and because it's happening Sunday, and
Jingus, you gotta learn the English language
we're not
again.
even gonna attempt to do it in any order. We're just gonna go by the Wikipedia listing, which before that pay-per-view actually airs, everything's haphazard. So first match, Sting versus Kurt Angle. This is 9-match cards. Sting versus Angle. Does anyone think that that'll be any good?
Fuck.
I don't know. It has potential.
I think that at least Kurt Angle will probably be safe throughout, because unless he's like, he usually only does these dangerous spots like moonsaults off of cages, because in my
450 leg drop. Fuck.
I have the feeling that whenever he's working with a young guy, he has to prove that he could still keep up.
450 knee drop. Fuck.
Jingus, we are reaching Halloween 2 levels of you saying that word. Stop it.
Oh, that Halloween too. Oh.
I also have a question. Why? I do have a question. Why is Abyss on the poster for this pay-per-view when his only appearance is in a fucking 6-man tag that means absolutely nothing?
Backlash because
fuck.
TNA does not need John Cena. TNA does not need John Cena because they have Abyss.
Fuck.
And second match, Beer Money Inc. versus Mexican America. Yeah, sorry, they're gonna lose the belts.
Racism. Fuck.
Yeah.
Mickey James versus Winter. I don't think the title's gonna change hand, but I actually wouldn't mind seeing this match.
Whatever.
I'm not gonna. I wouldn't mind watching this match, and I kind of want Winter to get it.
Shit, pickle.
Oh God. Well, at least you acknowledge that the gimmick you're doing is as pathetic as shit pickle.
Well, anyways, next we have a triple threat for the X Division title: Brian Kendrick versus Alex Shelley versus Austin Aries.
Cool.
Yeah, fuck.
Anyone but Kendrick. I'm sorry. That's
it.
Sorry.
I don't know. I see either Kendrick retain. I think either Kendrick is going to keep the belt, or Aries is getting it. I don't think Shelley will.
Yeah, I honestly don't see them putting it on Shelley, especially because do we have an update on Chris Sabin's injury? Because it's clearly going to keep those two together.
Sabin fuck. Taven's hurt, fuck?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been hurt. That's why we haven't seen him.
Alex Shelley came back from injury.
That's why he's been out for months, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's just talking like a Jack Frost from an SMT game.
I see Austin Aries here, fuck.
Fortune, 6-man tag. Fortune featuring Styles, Daniels, and Kazarian versus Immortal, Abyss Gunner, and Scott Steiner. Ooh. I don't like the
fuck you, fuck.
I don't like the sound of that second team.
Honestly, I think Immortal's going to win, just so they can keep trying to pretend that they're not pathetic and useless and this was a stupid idea.
Yeah.
Shit, pickle.
They're going to need it, especially since they don't have someone to take the belt. To take the heavyweight championship belt tonight, or this week, so they gotta get their win in somewhere.
Shit, pickle fucker eaters.
Crimson.
Took 3 bites. Fuck.
Crimson versus, oh, yeah, Clerks too. Crimson versus Rob Van Dam.
Who the fuck cares? Fuck.
One, who cares? 2,
I thought that was the finals, but apparently we have another Bound for Glory series match again from D'Angelo De Niro versus Devon, which,
Jingus, allow me. Fuck.
Hope deserves better. Crimson versus Rob Van Dam might be alright. Seeing it at least work alright.
We'll fucking see, fuck.
I take my prediction back. I think Crimson's gonna get it because they're obviously pushing him.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why they should give Rob Van Dam the points. They don't need to put him over.
No, Tarantino, fuck.
Mr. Anderson versus Bully Ray.
I don't.
That'll
care.
suck.
Yeah, that
Whoever wins, we all lose.
Let's just hope Bully Ray just doesn't get injured.
Aliens versus Predator 1, not 2. Fuck.
Miss Tessmacher and Tara, last match, which I hope is the main event. Miss Tessmacher and Tara versus Mexican America.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, fuck you.
It's the last match listed on Wikipedia, so what the hell am I supposed to do?
Oh.
I still fucking wonder how the fuck she got her fucking face paralyzed, fuck.
I don't know. There's a million different stories on that.
No, because some fuckers have fucking said that it's because she did some fucking coke and fucking paralyzed her face because of fucking cocaine.
Ew.
But I did some fucking medical research and fucking discovered that there's like such a fucking tiny chance of that. There's only like 2 or 3 fucking documented cases in the fucking history of the world of fucking cocaine causing fucking facial paralysis. So there's very fucking little chance of that being the fucking actual cause. So who the fuck knows exactly what the fuck caused it, fuck.
Anyway.
My brain is fucked now.
More on that later.
So, shall we finish with what gets more screen time than Jay Lethal?
Fuck yeah!
I wonder what Jingus is in.
I'm going to start. Eric Young's nipple gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
I got nothing. Someone else go.
Fucking 80 fucking chairs in front of Sting and fucking Angle get more fucking screen time than fucking Jay Lethal, fuck.
Austin Aries' facial hair gets more screen time than Jay Lethal, and that ain't not bad.
I have it. Roll-ups get more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Well, I think that is all. This has been the Dark Match. I am Backlash, and wow, that roll-up, what a maneuver.
This is fucking Jingus, fucking fuck.
Angel.
Fucking talking over each other, fuck.
I'm Christopher Says, and you're not.
Good night, everybody.
Fuck.